This is perhaps one of the best and most serious mindset videos ever, if you have ever felt guilt or shame about food. So I am going to start with telling you science, talking about science. This is the science of fat loss. There are no good food, bad foods. I'm going to repeat, there are no good foods, bad foods. There are some foods that are more nutritious than other foods. There are some foods that are more nutritious than other foods. I'm going to give you an example, several examples, and you should probably write this down. Okay, so an apple has about 130 calories, like a big apple. A half a Hershey bar has 120 calories. That's about the same. One is a little bit more nutritious, right? I mean, fruit is more nutritious than Hershey's, okay? But they both have the same calories, right? An acai bowl, right, has about 700 calories. Okay, that's a breakfast bowl. It's considered healthy, right? A McDonald's little sandwich has about 300 calories, okay? So that is why it's really, really important to understand and be accurate, especially during a fat loss phase, but also understanding what is in your foods, having that general understanding. The only way to lose weight is to be in a calorie deficit. So here's my triangle. The number one factor in weight loss is to be in a calorie deficit. Okay, it is absolutely, you can eat all the healthy foods in the world. Healthy, acai bowls are healthy, right? Lettuce, all those things. But if you're eating too many calories, you are not going to lose weight. Okay, there's ways to do this correctly, and that's what we're teaching here, but you have to be in a calorie deficit. The best way to do that is something that works for you. You don't want to be in too low of a calorie deficit, because then you'll be so hungry that you'll just binge eat later, which is why the diets you have done before do not work. Okay, so when you're looking at calories, okay, daily calories and weekly calories and monthly calories, weekly calories are kind of more important, so keep that in mind. So let's say your calories are 2,000 per day, right? Most of people when they start are not that high. Eventually you'll get there with reverse dieting, but most of them, but we're just saying 2,000. So some days you might eat less, and some days more, because some days are more regular, and then some days you might be going out to eat, okay? So that is what I want to explain. It's not gonna be perfect every single day. So at the bottom is calorie deficit. So why I'm saying this to you is because you've heard low carb, no carb, keto. The way people are doing it is because they get in a calorie deficit. This is just science, and that is why we show you on MyFitnessPal, we have you fill it in so you can see the science yourself. Now, what's the second most important thing? Protein. You want to hit your protein goals every single day. Every single day. And the easiest way to do that is to have protein in every meal. Okay, let's say you want to hit 100 grams of protein. You could do like 30 for breakfast, 40 for lunch, and 30 for dinner. That's one way to do it. You could do 50 for the best way to do it is to get a little bit at every meal. Okay? Your body needs protein. Your metabolism needs protein because it works alongside your strength training to build muscle, and muscle boosts your metabolism so that it is working and burning fat at rest. That is what moves metabolism, burning fat at rest so that your body takes more. That's why protein and strength training is so important. So within your calories, you want to hit those protein percentages. That is super important. So you don't want to go too low, but you want to hit a calorie deficit and you want to make sure you're hitting your protein goals, okay? Protein, 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 and you want to track those things. If you aren't doing that, then that's if you're not losing fat, you are not in a calorie deficit. You're not being accurate about your tracking. You might think you are, but you're not, okay? It's just fact, because you can lose weight eating any foods as long as you're in a deficit. I don't recommend it because my goal is to eat as much as possible in little calories, right? So I eat a ton of greens, I eat a ton of veggies, I eat a ton of lean protein, I love bread, so I like my 647 bread, I love fruit, and I like my treats, so I fit them in. So calorie deficit, then protein, right? Then is going to be your strength training, because these are step-by-step muscle building workouts, right, that make it so your body is burning fat on autopilot, that boosts your metabolism, like I was saying, with the protein to burn fat. Next, and a lot of people ignore this, is your sleep and your stress. So we've done lots of stuff on this. How many hours of sleep are you getting? Are you making an effort to go up to bed earlier so you have more hours? And are you doing something to omit stress and help with stress, okay? So women who have a good handle on their sleep and their stress, right, are 20% more likely to lose fat. And then after all of this is your cardio. Okay, so cardio is really important for heart health. It's really good. I totally suggest it. The steps are super important. Steps or biking, whatever you want to do for slow and steady cardio so you don't upset your cortisol level, which is your stress. That's what's really important. So I want you to remember that analogy of apples and your apple and your Hershey bar, so you don't have shame eating a Hershey bar ever because it fits into your deficit. I also remind you of your handful of nuts, which is about, a small handful is about 200 calories. A Snickers bar is about 200 calories. So you shouldn't feel shame. You just want to hit your protein.